to school in a limo before? How much do you get for a monthly allowance? About $10.
My, that's a rather plebeian amount. His lunch is made up of normal stuff. He isn't rich.
What are they talking about? To be asked out of nowhere how much I get, and then to be told that's a plebeian amount?
Sorry.
Rena seemed to pick up on my dubious expression and started giggling. Kei-chan, your house, you know? It's pretty big, yeah? So the architecture has people all around Hinamizawa calling it the Maibara Manor, and it sort of stands out. Maibara Manor?
Since the house is so big, everyone is gossiping and wondering exactly how rich you are.
I see. Now I get it. Well, the frame of it is huge. I see how it could cause some misunderstandings.
From my deduction, I wager they spent too much money on building the house, and that's why they're now broke. Being broke, how very, very unfortunate.
Rika took pity on me as she patted my head. I go from being treated like a millionaire to a beggar. Yeah, sorry for ruining your imagination, but we aren't millionaires or poor. We're the image of a normal average household. You can't call it normal, that huge house. The entranceway is all grand, and the gate is large enough for a large truck to get through. That's not normal at all. They do say the bigger your house, the more prosperous you are. The reason the house is so big is because Dad's studio is in it too. There's a bunch of different workshops. A lot of his works are hung up in different places. All of them are huge too. For those reasons, the family actually uses only a third of the house for day-to-day living. He planned it out so people and cars could come in to see the gallery he opens up in the house someday. By the way, the entrance Mion is talking about is one for the studio and is normally sealed off. The entranceway the Maibara family actually uses is a very plain and simple one. The interior is much different from how it looks on the outside. I'd really like a chance to explore Kei-chan's house. Claiming not to be rich, but having a home like that. What could be hidden there?
Maybe there's something cute hidden.
They probably had no money to purchase furniture, so it's filled with Spartan rooms.
If there's any carpeted rooms, I'd love to try rolling them around on the floor.
Wow, that'd be great, so great, I want to roll around too! Seems like their imaginations were just piling on. Well, sometime in the near future, it wouldn't be too bad to invite them all to my house. Dad is a sucker for the ladies, so he might even let them take a look around his studio. The cry of the Higurashi crescendoed as the sky towered over everything. It was hot, but the air was clear. It smelled like the beginning of summer. The Dam Site Murder Dismemberment Newspaper Edition. From the June XX 1979 edition. The Shishibone City Okinomiya Police Station, June XX, date at night. Suspect were arrested on suspicion of murder and improper disposal of a corpse. The main offender has been added to the wanted list nationwide. According to our sources, the 6 suspects were at the Hinamizawa Dam construction site workroom at the 9 p.m., where they are suspected to have assaulted and murdered the site overseer as a group, dismembering his body and hiding it. At the 8 o'clock in the morning, a report was filed by the Shishibone City Hospital in which a male suspect alluded to having murdered Mr. When questioned at the police station, the individual confessed to the crime. Since a portion of the body was recovered at the location he gave, he was arrested that afternoon on suspicion of murder and mutilation of a corpse. The rest of the suspects were arrested the same day, but the main culprit is still at large. Police are currently on his trail. The motive is purported to be a drunken verbal dispute during which he killed the victim in a fit of anger. However, as there are multiple inconsistencies with their testimonies, the investigation is still ongoing. Alright. Okay, so let's continue. Just making sure everything will be. So we're going to continue, and we're going to load this file. continue. I'm gonna try to keep this short. A Colonel Sanders? Of course, that's right up her alley. I understand her wanting to take home Sadako and Rika, but I can't understand the Colonel Sanders. What's so good about that four-eyed geezer? Probably better to hear it from Rena, don't you think? She'll probably just say, because it's just too cute, though. Does Rena often go to the construction site to hunt for treasure?
Every now and then she says she's going to have a look.
But a girl her age rummaging around in garbage as well.
If Rena enjoys it, I think it's fine.
What are they doing over there? Dam construction? They've been bugging me since yesterday, like an itch I couldn't scratch. It was canceled a long time ago.
Everyone gathered together and fought against it.
Hearing an ominous word like fought from Rika's mouth startled me. That's right! It was unbelievable! They said Hinamizawa would be sunk into the reservoir, and we had no say in the matter. So I'm only be able to be here because the protest succeeded.
I'm sorry. I didn't keep you, did I? My deepest apologies, Keiichi. It took me a while to powder my nose.
Sadako, wait to use the can so you really can't have to go. It's a lot easier since it shoots right out.
How dare you speak that way to a maiden of unparalleled beauty such as myself?
Who is she calling a maiden? If Sadako was really a maiden, she would never reacted like that. The usual hijinks ensued. Now then, gentlemen, in accordance with the rules of our society, I bring a point to discussion. He, Keiichi Maebara, wishes to be included as a member of our club activities. What say you?
Rena has no objection. I wonder if the likes of this peasant are up to the task. Me and Sadako both approve.
The three that Mion had queried voiced their approval. A unanimous decision. Congratulations, Keiichi Maebara. Oops. I present to you the honor of being allowed to take the entrance exam for our club. Start from the beginning. I didn't say I would join. What club is this? What our club does, you see, in order to cope with our complicated society, we perform various activities under different sets of rules. Sometimes they are in your favor, and sometimes they work against you.
I'm pretty weak, so I'd prefer if you didn't single me out. Let's try to get along.
You're so naive, Rena. The law of the jungle is survival of the fittest. This is starting to sound a bit sketchy. So what kind of club was it?
To sum it up, it's a club where we play games together.
Rika was the only one to... No, the game crashed. No. Rika was the only one to answer my question with a pertinent response. It's okay if it crashes. It's okay. I don't really mind. Alright. So this time I'm gonna save again. Just quickly saving so it doesn't crash on me. So basically this club put Mion's hobby of collecting games to use. By playing the various games that Mion had hoarded every day, it seemed that, depending on the day, there were prizes for the winner or a penalty for the person who finished that place in last place. My bad. I'll make this clear right now. We aren't playing house here. You should treat each win or loss as if your life depends on it, alright? What's wrong with just having fun? Don't make it sound so crazy. The first rule of our society, aim only for the first place. Going at it half-assed just because it's a game is not allowed.
Rule number 2 of our society. For that reason, you're obligated to make all possible efforts.
The way Sadako said it made it sound like she was saying, use any means necessary.
Of course I will do my best too. I'm pretty weak, but I'm trying my best.
I knew what they were trying to say. Okay, hold on. I really don't want it to crash on me. Now I'm paranoid. In a game where everybody's aiming for the top, it's rather unsportsmanlike to play just for fun. Alright, then I too will go all out! And with that, I was finally ready for the rite of initiation, my baptism into the club. A word of warning, Kei-chan. Rena could get pretty nasty. This initiation looked like it's gonna be rough. Mio began fishing around the student lockers in the back of the room. They had the games here at the school? Well, it's club equipment, so I guess it's fine. Gotta save in case. I can't have it crashing. I'll cry again if I lose my place. Complicated games would put KEIICHI at a disadvantage, so today we'll play a game that you should be familiar with. How about a standard card game like Old Bachelor? Alright, let's do this! I can't really get into it unless there's a penalty. This time the loser will be sentenced to having their face drawn on. What do you think?
Well, it won't be oil paint based, right? Right?
Oil-based face painting with oil-based paint? Just make sure it's not toxic, you know.
That is perfect!
Sadako cheered the idea on. She didn't even flinch at the thought of such a severe penalty. It seemed like she was raring to go. If it's going to be like this, I can't lose either. I'll just cut the deck and start stealing. Dealing. Dope. My bad. I am so sorry. It's okay. It's just a fun, rowdy scene. It's not like, a serious scene where it's actually imperative that I shouldn't make mistakes. Because I would be upset if I did mess up in a serious scene. Old Bachelor is pretty much the same as Old Maid. There's only one difference. There's no Joker. In this place, one card is pulled out at the start, meaning there'll be one card without a match left over at the end. You don't know which card will end up being the Joker. It's a pretty thrilling game.
I'll take out the card now.
Rena took out one card and left it face down on the table. Everybody stared at the card intently. Well, it'll be pretty obvious in the end game. No way to tell all at the start. But the rest of them were very serious. They didn't seem as relaxed as I was. They compared the cards to the one face down, all while gauging each other's reactions. It was as if they could see what the face down card was. No, it couldn't be. This deck is pretty worn out. No way. Can anybody tell by the scratches what the card on the table is?
Remember the second rule of our society? KEIICHI must try his hardest to win as well. A number of cards are quite unique. KEIICHI should be able to remember them pretty quickly.
She said that so matter-of-factly. Suits me fine! Don't think a little thing like that could be your crutch! I lashed out angrily, but it was rather obvious I was at a disadvantage. After all, they'd gone so far as to memorize the wear and tear for each individual card. This wasn't a simple game of Old Bachelor. If this was a test, they were playing with the answer sheet right in front of them! Bring it! I'll take advantage of your carelessness and beat you at your own game! Yeah! That baseless confidence would soon be crushed. How about I tell you your hand starting from the right? 3, 4, 9, Jack, Queen.
By the way, the Bachelor is the Jack of Diamonds. I can tell what they are, even if you switch them around. I'm out!
Ugh. I thought I was prepared, but for it to be this brutal, just overwhelming. Demons. You're all demons. Rena isn't a demon, are you?
Sorry, KEIICHI. This is the 3 of Hearts, isn't it? I'm out!
Not even a hint of mercy! Rena! Even Rika! These little titties weren't to be trifled with. An alumni of this club should be definitely surviving the cruelest of situations. If our entire class had self-detonating collars strapped to their necks and they were dropped into a death mouth on a deserted island, these guys would probably take it to fish to water. I can already picture their joy as they hunt down each of their classmates. Oh my god. I don't remember that when I first read this. And it was just like last year. I gotta check the time. Really quick. Oh, I gotta check. I gotta make sure that I'm just in time. Okay. Alright, okay. Have a little more time. It's a lowest point system. The order itself dictates the points. Whoever has the lowest point total wins.
Since KEIICHI finished last, he has 5 points.
There's already a 5 marked down on my scoreboard.
I think it's unfair to KEIICHI if we don't use a new deck.
It's fine, it's fine. KEIICHI's a man after all. Shit like this brings You can turn the tables even if the odds are set against him, right?
It's fitting for a lowly peasant to scamper home and soak their pillow in tears, don't you think?
A petite hand laid itself on top of my head, which was trembling from uncontainable frustration. It was Rika's.
Keep on fighting, yeah!
Thanks to Rika's words of encouragement, I was able to calm down. You need to be calm, especially when you're cornered. The power I could muster during this crisis. Think clearly, my KEIICHI. Take your time and look at the cards carefully. It's just as Rena said. Each card has its own distinct markings that make them stand out. Memorizing them should be pretty simple. Think about what you can do in this situation. Try everything in your power to improve your chances of victory.
Great, KEIICHI, just like that!
I cover the uniquely marked cards with my hands or other cards, arranging them in a way that they couldn't be seen.
The one with the ripped corners should be the 5. And I'm out.
I couldn't let any of those precious hints slip by me. All information is a weapon. And it was my turn. Sadako fanned out her cards for me.
You see, I want the 7. Is it this one?
I wonder about that. You won't know unless you take it. There was a bit of dismay in her expression, like she doesn't want it taken. That kind of expression. I won't let that momentary lapse slip by me.
I know! It's this one!
Got it.
7 of spades!
A cheer of ooh rang out.
What's this? The 7 should be the hardest one of all to tell apart!
Or was it from memorizing the markings? Those slight changes in her expression as I was selecting a card were enough. I messed up, I think. Can't hide it from me, Kei-chan! This mark means it's 2 of diamonds.
What?
She was startled by her own misread. Of course everyone else was too.
It's rare that Mi-chan gets a card wrong.
No! Kei-chan, could it be you? They told them apart by different marks. That mark was a nail scratch, so I put a new one on it.
Are you saying he disguised it as a 2 of diamonds? What an impressive show of wit! KEIICHI landed a clean hit. Clap, 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 clap.
Or as she would say, pachi pachi, but I'm not doing that.
That's great, KEIICHI! That was an incredible match, you know?
Having defeated the Forerunner Mio, my brilliant battle left me ecstatic. But by total points, it was already set in stone that Mio would win and I would finish last. I laughed haughtily, selecting the tone of my voice carefully to get on Mion's nerves. Well, I'm going to end up the loser, but I'm satisfied with one-upping Mion at the end. That should be the proverbial slap in the face to Mio, who was already at the top already and assured victory. Even if Kei-chan gets first place this round, he'll still have been last place overall. Don't you hate that? Of course I do! Let's have a duel. One chance. If you win, then we'll swap first and last place. How about it? You up for it? She fell for it. A chance for an upset that wouldn't be possible without goading her into it. One chance, you say? Let me hear the rules. Mio discarded 2 cards from her hand and placed one with the Joker card that was on the table and shuffled the resulting hand behind her back. The card in my right or the card in my left. If Kei-chan can guess which hand the Joker's in, then he wins. When you turned around just now, you didn't just pull out the Joker, did you? If you lose, I'll show the card on the other hand. That okay? The other 3 gulped nervously at this unexpected turn of events. All right, you've got it! Mio grasped one card in each hand and thrust them out at me. First, I needed to inspect them closely. The card on the right had no distinguishing marks. I couldn't tell which one it was.
Which one, I wonder? KEIICHI, be careful.
Yeah, of course. This is my chance for a big comeback. Looking closely on the card on the left, I saw a little wear. It wasn't one I had seen before.
That card is...
I didn't let that bit from Sadako slip by me. Mio clucked her tongue. I didn't recognize the mark on the left card on the small number that I had memorized. I didn't know what the left card was, but I could tell from Sadako's reaction the card had already appeared during the game. Since it already appeared before, it meant that it definitely wasn't the Joker. Oh, Kei-chan thinks it's the one on the right? Will you choose that one then? Will you? The left card definitely wasn't the Joker. If I could trust that theory, that I should have been able to declare the card to the right was the Joker. Even without Mio's taunting, the one on the right was the most suspicious. But it was a bit too rash to decide based solely on Sadako's reaction. More carefully. Ah, I remember now. That mark, the left card. No doubt about it. The 7 of clubs.
It's the 7 of clubs, I see.
F1. The card on the left was 7 of clubs. So that meant the card on the right was the Joker. And then just before my hand touched the right card, I froze. I would expect no less from you. There's a wave of murmurs amongst the onlookers of my sudden halt, right before I confirmed the right card was the Joker.
Huh? What could Keiichi possibly be saying? I mean, the left one is... Shh.
Oh, what makes you so certain the right one isn't the Joker, Kei-chan? Mio let loose an unexpected question. Everyone else was baffled. I don't know what the card on the right could be, but I know the one on the left is the 7 of clubs.
Then, doesn't that mean the right is the Joker? One of them has to be Joker, right?
Yeah, one of those is the Joker, right?
Keiichi has good intuition. Huh? Rika, what do you mean by...
So basically, the 7 of clubs. I discarded that by matching with Sadako's 7 of spades earlier. Everyone's attention snapped to the discard pile at the same time. The truth of the matter couldn't be discerned from that sloppy pile. So that means Mio pocketed one of the discarded cards and aligned it over to the left card. And that means...
I see. I get it. This left card is being disguised as the 7 of clubs, right?
It was the first time since the start of the match that a shadow ran across Mio's expression. I didn't let that chance slip by. Then, with a grand flourish, I declared it loudly. The Joker is the left one! It was an intense moment. That 1 second felt like an eternity for everyone there. Breaking that silence, the first one to speak was Mio. Being the first president of this club, I've been the witness to a variety of performances. Kei-chan, yours is the best. The best of the best of the best. I was probably the greatest compliment Mio could give. Mio accepted her defeat, dropping the cards from both hands. My comeback victory! Rika placed her hand on my head and began petting it, congratulating me on my victory.
Huh? Rika is...
Rena and Sadako gaped at us, as if they had seen a ghost! What is it, Rena? It's not as if I cheated or anything, right? This is fair and square.
Rika only pets someone on the head to console them.
Huh? What's the meaning of... At that moment, Rena let out a small shriek.
Keiichi! This is how it was!
You know, Kei-chan, I thought you'd read into it that far. Everyone froze. No, it was just me. It was a gamble. If you had just jumped to conclusions like a little brat, then I would have lost. It was the answer everyone was certain about. Mio picked up the card from the losing hand. Kei-chan, you know, you should take pride in this loss. She turned it around. That was the card that proclaimed the victor of this duel. The card under the 7 of clubs. Unbelievable! It was the 2 of diamonds! It was set up behind the setup! If I had just picked the right one without reading so deeply into it. I, Tsunezaki Mion, as the club president, do accept my brother Keiichi's membership into our club. As I slumped to my knees, dazed, everybody let out a round of applause for an excellent effort I gave despite my defeat. The match is now over. Today's victor is me, Tsunezaki Mion, and our exalted loser is my brother Keiichi. Everyone made a commotion, applauding cheerfully. I felt I was bested, but I was so soundly beaten that it unexpectedly felt rather refreshing.
When Michan pulled that little trick behind her back, I got excited thinking she's going to do it again.
When Keiichi stopped a moment before touching the correct card,
I thought he fell for it. He fell for it quite handily.
Huh? Hey, wait! All of them knew from the start and still got so excited so earnestly? Oh, they think you're going to win so easily, Keiichi? Oh boy, I gotta check the time. always check the time. Okay. It's about 10 minutes. Everyone got excited to make it more fun. You're all demons! You monsters! Now then, Kei-chan, it's time for your penalty. Since it's your first day participating, I'll go easy, okay? It would be a problem if you refused to come to school. The other 3 members held down my arms and shoulders firmly. Mion approached, licking her lips. Her right hand went to pull something out of her pocket. That's a felt tip marker, and it's large and oil-based. Okay, here we go. She took the cap off the marker and brought it up slowly to my face while I was immobilized. No! Let out my death throes. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. As soon as the club activities were finished, Rena flew off. Probably so she could dig out that cute Colonel Sanders that she wasn't able to take home yesterday. So today it was just Mion and me walking home together. A rather rare occurrence. A mountain of treasure, huh? The guys throwing it away probably never thought in their wildest dreams that Rena would be grateful to them. Mountain of treasure, meaning that dam construction site from before. Oh, right. Mion would probably tell me. That murder by dismemberment that seemed to happen there. That's what KEIICHI read. Over there, you know, at the dam construction site? Did something happen there? Long ago? Something sure did. A grand battle. There were sit-ins and demonstrations. It was a bit different from what I wanted to hear, but I decided to listen just the same. It was our land that was going to be sunk into the dam reservoir. I would have fought as well, probably. The government guys were really oops. Sorry, that was KEIICHI's thing. He said, oops, wait, hold on. Yeah, hold on, okay. It was our land that was going to be sunk to the dam reservoir. I would have fought as well, probably. The government guys were really adamant about it, acting all big and full of themselves. Since they figured out that they couldn't sell them with money, they did a bunch of nasty stuff. They were nasty guys. Mion spoke excitedly, as if the whole thing was happening right in front of her. I'm amazed you guys won. You were facing the federal government, right? The mayor and the prominent figures in the village all signed petitions. They went to Tokyo and struck deals with legislators, and as a result, the development plan was retracted. It was our complete victory! There wasn't any violence, was there? Like assaults or murders? None! She promptly cut me off, the same as Rena had. Her words signaled the end of the discussion. Tomitake said one arm wasn't found in the incident. I thought that a murder by dismemberment had occurred, but I guess I was wrong. My curiosity unsated, I sighed dejectedly inside. Later! See you tomorrow! Kei-chan, you can't wash that off until you get home. Got it? I got it! I won't! Mion held back her laughter while stealing glances at my face. I wonder what kind of nasty doodles they drew. in the anime, he did wipe it off, I think. I don't remember. I mean, I did watch the anime long ago, but I haven't. I rewatched it 6 times, but I'm not doing that anymore. I just do this with the manga and the visual novels now. Well, as often as I can. I used to be able to do it better in college, but since I have a full-time job, it's not like I can do whatever I want to. Damn you, Mion! You shall rue this day! I mean, you could always change that and make that a different reality. Anyway, our roles are reversed. I'm gonna slop it on all over your face so you won't be able to take it off, even with a scoring pad. Upon arriving home, I ran straight into my mom, embarrassing myself yet again. Oof, poor KEIICHI. He embarrassed himself Again. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna end this soon. I really love it when they do the club activities, so yeah.